And hello, welcome everybody to this OpenFOAM video. Well, it's not OpenFOAM, we're just going to continue with freeCAD because freeCAD is essential part of meshing our OpenFOAM cases. You can use Salome or anything, and remember this is the rough shape that we want to get at the end of the day. However, the last time we were, where were we? I need to find the file, just open, okay, it's in the start page. Let's see, here's changer 1, no. Close this, here's changer 2, oh yes, this is what we were working with. 70 mm diameter, sort of a heat exchanger pipe shaped thingamajig. Alright, so this is what exactly we want. Alright, so now we want to start attaching pipes to the top and bottom of it, and we can attach it in any shape we want. We'll just have to be working with datum planes as before, just to make it such that it is the shape that we want. So now I'm going to tell you roughly how we can make the oblique shape that we want. Alright, so we're going to start with our part design workbench again. Part design toolbox or workbench. Okay, so people like to call it workbench, so I'll just call it workbench then. But if I say toolbox, I basically mean the same thing because it's basically a box of tools we can use. Okay, I'm going to make another datum plane again, which I kind of covered extensively the last time. And let's call this datum plane, what do we call this? Let's call this datum plane oblique 2. Oblique 2. Alright, so why is it oblique? Why do I call it oblique? Because I want to make this datum plane oblique. So what can we do with this datum plane? We can adjust it. Alright, so if we want to make our shapes a little more oblique, for example, angle this thing at 45 degrees, I can do this. Alright, I can do this. A few ways to do it. Okay, you take a look at under task in the combo view, look at the part saying attachment offset, and we can play around with this. So let's say look at this x coordinate, we can actually offset it in the x direction. Okay, let me change my units. I don't want to use meters anymore, let's use mm. So I'm going to change the units to mm. This will be under edit. Okay, let me show you. Edit preferences, under general, go to units. Okay, this is quite basic. I'm going to do standard. Okay, right, so it now changes the offsets to mm. Okay, let me close this view first and start changing because it's easier to change in mm over here. Alright, so let's change in mm because this is a very small part. Alright, if you want to go back to OpenFOAM and change the unit from the meters, mm to meters, we just use our scaling tool, transform points. Alright, let's shift the x coordinate around. So let's shift. Okay. Apparently that's really small. I don't really see anything there. Okay, 23 mm offset is not going to do anything. Okay, well, let's change the y direction then. Maybe it's easier to see. All right. Oh yes, it's the z direction. Sorry. So actually changing your datum plane up and down in the x or y direction won't really make a difference because it is xy plane. So shifting a plane along parallel along the plane it's supposed to be in, it's not going to do anything. So let's do 0. Okay, and let's just play around with the z coordinate. For example, I want to shift this down, because this shape is this way. So if you increase in z coordinates, increase the z direction, it'll do this. You can shift it down as well. Alright, you can shift it down as well, like so. Or you can even type the number you want, maybe -10. okay, minus 10 mm. So that's why we can shift around this datum plane. All right, why are we shifting around this datum plane? So that we can draw the shape that we want, which is the cylinder, so that we can extrude a pipe out of the other side. So there are a few ways to do this. Okay, there are a few ways to do this. So we can try doing it. We can try making a short pipe. All right, let's make a short pipe. All right, let's make a short pipe. Okay, let's see. How do we? Yes, I need to change the oblique. Double click the oblique. Go to the bottom left hand side. Okay, bottom left hand side. And this reference to, maybe I'll just say it's a inertia 2-3. No, I don't want that. Nope. Okay, I'll just say deactivated. Okay, let's say not attached. Okay, good. Oblique 2. Let's change the z coordinates. Cancel. Okay. I will say attach mode is plain face rather than deactivated. Okay. No reference selected. Plain face. Okay. Okay. I only have one reference point, and then I'll say I'll attach it to the plain face instead of the inertia 2-3. I won't go into inertia 2-3 for the time being. Alright. Sorry about the confusion. Okay, just attach it to plane 2 and no other references required. I'm not fixing it down. Alright, so I'm attaching it to this plane face and then I'm offsetting it in the z direction. So I'm just playing around with this. Okay, so if you ever get stuck, you can delete and try again. That's one way. Of course, I want the attachment mode to be on plane face, and I'm attaching it to this face 2, which I was doing just now. Alright, now we want to sort of play around with the angle. Remember, I wanted it to be oblique, so let's make it oblique. We have 3 things to play with: the yaw, pitch, and the roll. Okay, yaw, pitch, and roll. So let's try the yaw. What's the yaw do? Okay, the yaw actually shifts the way. It shifts the way the plane is matched. It is oriented with respect to the vertical direction. So it's turning around the axis. It's turning around about the z-axis. Okay, so that's what the yaw is doing. So if I shift it back, you can see this thing is turning in this direction. Of course, you can play around. I encourage you to play around. It gives you a better feel and understanding of what's going on. Let's try the pitch. Okay, let's try the pitch. Okay, let's play. Okay, see the pitch is it's basically turning it in this direction. All right, and we can try the roll as well. The roll will help it to turn in the other direction. So if let's say we are satisfied with this plane, you can play around with this datum plane. You can shift it in whatever direction you want. I'll just leave it as such here. Okay, maybe I'll shift it to about 30 degrees, and I'll leave everything there, and then I will shift the z coordinate up a bit. All right, so that I can have my datum plane just facing this way. Okay, so I'm shifting this datum plane this way so I can draw a pipe to extrude. Okay, so I just press OK because I'm satisfied. Next thing is when I click this oblique, I can now, under tasks or under this create sketch, I can just make a new sketch. And when I make a new sketch, I can make this thing disappear. Alright, I'll make this thing disappear, but okay, maybe not. I don't want to make this thing disappear. Alright, looks like this sketch is a little off-center. Let's try to make it a bit more centered. So I want to escape the sketch view. I'll delete the sketch. I escaped it by pressing the escape button. So I escaped the sketch view, and let me try and center this thing. Okay. Excuse me. So let's try to center this thing. Okay, I can change the X and the Y. Okay, this is a bit slow. Forget it. I won't bother centering it then. Okay, never mind. I'll just make the sketch straight away. Alright, so I want to make a sketch roughly here. Alright. Oh yes, this is where it is. Good. I want to make the sketch roughly here. I will leave it as such. And maybe I'll change the oblique tool to offset X and Y at 0. Okay, and let's edit our sketch. And the sketch is basically on the other side. Alright. Let's see. Okay, now I'm roughly satisfied, and I want to aim for my little cylinder right over here. Okay, so I'll just do this, and basically you can't see the cylinder at all. If you cannot see it at all, you just press the revolution, press spacebar. You'll be able to see that, okay, I make this thing disappear. Okay, so we see two datum points there. Alright, we see this center point of this revolution. We see the center point of this axis, this grid, so to speak, and then we see this other datum point over here. Can you see at the bottom we have this yellow thing here, and that's helpful for us maybe later on, in case we need to use it as a reference point of some sort. Okay, anyway, I want to make this sketch have this circle have a fixed radius, and I'm just going to do 10 mm radius, because I mean the flow rate through this pipe, it should be somewhat bigger. Okay, I mean I can shift it as and how I like, but this is what I'm fixing it to. Alright, so next thing I want is to fix this point and this point, because I really want to fix it, fix this circle right here. I don't want it to move. Okay, so I will fix these 2 points to be a certain distance. Okay, 1. Okay, where's this? Okay, never mind. I'll fix the horizontal distance between this and this line. Okay. One line and this. Let's see whether I can do a horizontal distance thing. Now insert a length there. In fact, I'll insert 2 lengths. Alright, so I'll insert a length there to make sure it's like a horizontal distance. And then I'll click the other one, I'll do the vertical distance. Okay, no, I click this one, and I'll do horizontal distance, because I mean the axis is a bit weird. I mean it's a little hard to see which is horizontal, which is vertical. So I'll just use this distance over here, and now this circle is fixed. Okay, so what I do to fix this circle here is to define the horizontal and vertical distance respectively. It's hard to see which axis is horizontal or vertical, so if you run into the problem, just experiment with both of them. You should be able to see. And this sketch I will call the circle pipe cross section. Alright, pipe cross section, and basically this is done. I'll close it, and let's do a pad. I want to do a pad, and let's do a 250 mm or 50 mm pad. Let's pad this by 50 mm. So let's do a 50 mm pad, and we can see easily it's padding the wrong way again. So I need to click on this pad, and I need to say please reverse the direction, so that it will give you this direction here. Alright, so this is how we make this thing oblique, and then we can do the same thing. I'm going to repeat very quickly roughly what to do. Okay, this pad 001, I'm going to make a, okay, just for demonstration again, because I want to make it the other side, right? So I'll put on pad 001, I'll do this oblique 1. Okay, I'll make this plane oblique 1. I will say the attachment mode is plane face, and then it will use this bottom as the reference, bottom of this as the reference. and I want to switch off oblique 2 because it's getting in the way. And let me roughly, just give it a nice offset in the correct direction. Okay, so let me make it in the negative z direction again. Apparently that really works. Okay, it will be in the negative z direction. Then I won't change the yaw because that's really unnecessary. I'll just change the pitch, and I'll just change the roll to something random. Okay, you can do any shape you want, experiment around, it will be fine. Okay, so this is roughly how we do it. If you want to be more exact, you can angle both at 45 degrees. Okay, but I'm not going to do that. It's not necessary for me at this point. Okay, so what are the next steps? Remember, when you're selecting this oblique, you have to click OK. Then after that, create a new sketch, and then it will bring you to this little upside down thingy. Again, we can make this pad disappear. Alright, but before that, I want to roughly know where to draw my circle. I want to draw my circle here. Okay, then I can make it disappear. Okay, I'm roughly drawing my circle at roughly that spot because I'm just clicking two lines. Clicking 2 points, and then it will be the circle center and some radius. You can fix the radius later. Alright, so once you've done that, I don't want this. I want to delete the circle. Once you've done that, it's pretty straightforward from here on end. Just change the radius to 10 if you want it at 10. Then I'll just make this distance, this vertical distance to be this, and this horizontal distance to be this. Okay, so now this circle is fully constrained, and what do we do next? We need to pad. So close the sketch interface, and let's do a 50 mm pad. So we'll click the pad tool, again 50 mm, and again it will pad the wrong way, so let's reverse the direction of the pad. So double click the pad, and we'll say reverse the direction, and there we go. Okay, so this is roughly how we make this heat exchanger-ish shape.